So question 1 from paper 2 of the 2017 new hire. Here we go, there's 8 marks in 3 parts. First part, here's the diagram, triangle ABC, points B and C. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of BC. So it's shown in this diagram in a dotted line for 4 marks. Well, the dotted line shown, but the critical features are that it bisects it and it's perpendicular. At the same time, give that a name. So that point M then, that'll be the midpoint of BC. So that will be halfway between the various coordinates. So 3 plus 9 upon 2 and 0 plus negative 2 upon 2 means that that midpoint is 6, negative 1. Next part would be what's the gradient of that line. We only know 1 point on it, but you do know a comparison line. You can work out the gradient of BC. So that would be the difference in the coordinates. y2 minus y1. We'll just start from this side. Negative 2, take away 0 for the difference in the y's. 9, take away 3 for the difference in the x's. So that's negative 2 upon 6, which is negative a third. Well, that means that the gradient you're looking for is the perpendicular one, which would be 3. So I reckon they'd each be worth 1 mark because there's 4 for this part. So last part would be, what is the equation of the line? Feeding it into y minus b is mx minus a. You'd have y minus, make sure you put the right numbers in, because it's going through m, no other point. So it's y minus the y coordinate is the gradient, and check, that's a steep gradient, positive gradient, 3 times x minus the x coordinate. So that's going to be 3x minus 18, but minus another 1, which makes it minus 19. In part B it says the line AB makes an angle of 45 degrees with the positive direction of the x-axis. So what's the equation of the line AB? Well, that angle will give you the gradient, because you know the gradient is the tangent of the angle. And that's quite handy because a tan of 45 is a nice little 1. So I reckon that'd be 1 mark. Then to get the equation of that line, you've got its gradient, you've got a point on it, so it'll just be y minus the y coordinate of the point on it, so that's y minus 0, will be 1 times, another point is that, x minus the x coordinate. Well, that just says y equals x minus 3. So that'll be why that's worth 2 marks, 1 for each part. And lastly, for another 2 marks, find the coordinates of the point of intersection of the line AB and the perpendicular bisector. In other words, this point here. Well, that'll just be substitute the 2 equations. That was the first one I found. This was the second one I found. If you substitute them together, then you get the coordinates of the point. I'm calling it point N here. So that means I'm actually going to substitute 1 and 2. Not that you need to state this at all. Just need to state this part here. You probably just think of it as y equals y. So take that across and you'll have 2x. Take that across and you'll have 16, which means x is 8. And from that, using whichever one's simpler, which is obviously number 2, using number 2, y would be 8 minus 3, which is 5. So x is 8 and y is 5, which is probably where the marks lie, because strictly speaking, those are the coordinates, but I think I'll just finish it off. So the intersection that they're looking for is going to be the point, where was x again? 8, 5.